Hi, I'm Jose, and today we ask ourselves the question, what time is it in the Philippines? But first, what is time? Greek philosopher Aristotle defines time as the calculable measure or dimension of motion with respect to before and afterness. With this, there is a sense of finality with time. It's either on, or before, or after. But according to the famous Albert Einstein, time is relative. People like us who believe in physics know that the distinction between past, present, and future is only a stubbornly persistent illusion. Time, in other words, is just an illusion. This brings us to the concept of Filipino time, which the Department of Science and Technology referred to as originally describing the Filipinos' penchant for starting or arriving at events some 15 to 30 minutes later than the set time. It seems that the concept of Filipino time is rooted deep into Filipino culture, and what better example would there be than to look at the country's leader? In 2019, President Rodrigo Duterte arrived nearly an hour late at the House of Representatives while the nation waited for his annual address. But it's not just him though. A few years prior, then President Benigno Aquino III was also late for an event in Cebu. This begs the question, does being Filipino really equate to being late? The short answer, maybe not. This is a quote of University of Santo Tomas Professor Dr. Louis Benedict Ignacio as published by Esquire. Noong panahon ng mga Kastila, ang huling pagdating o pagiging late sa mga okasyon ay isang status symbol. Kaya naman ginaya ito ng mga Pilipino sa pag-aakalang importante sila para hintayin. There's even an excerpt pertaining to this notion in Jose Rizal's El Filibusterismo, wherein a lady arrived late for a performance and took pride in her tardiness. A lady, accompanied by her husband, entered at that moment and occupied one of the two empty boxes. She had the air of a queen and looked down on the whole room with disdain as if to say, "I have arrived later than all of you, bunch of corny and provincial. I have arrived later than you." In fact, there are people who go to the theaters like donkeys in a race. The one who arrives last wins. But in all fairness to the Filipino people, there are measures in place for proper timekeeping despite our cultural precedents, with each one of these trying to institutionalize the value of time into the national bureaucracy. In particular, we have Republic Act No. 10535 that sets the Philippine Standard Time, or PST. The most official reference for PST would be via bagong.pagasa.dost.gov.ph. And looking just to the upper right corner of the page brings us to the Philippine Standard Time, ticking slowly away. There's a lot of other information here, as this is the website of the National Weather Agency. But for now, we are just trying to take a look at the time. We have the laws, we have PST, and it's been more than 100 years since Philippine independence from Spain. I don't think we can keep on blaming the Spaniards for Filipino time in the 21st century. So let's go back to the main question at hand. What time is it in the Philippines? The answer is simple. It is time for us to change. It is time for us to be ready. And it is time for us to move forward. Thank you, and until next time.